Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias.
Well, you may have seen this knife already, maybe not, I don't know. This is a new Klein Tools product. I don't know how new it is, but as you can see, it has a crossbar lock on there. And according to the website from Klein Tools, you're supposed to be able to roll this knife open using the thumb hole in the blade. As you can see, it doesn't roll open. The only way you can open it is to pull back on the crossbar lock, and then you can open the blade. And the blade is kind of stiff now. Obviously, I could loosen it, and I would be able to flick it open. And it does drop more or less. Again, this is a matter of loosening the pivot to get the blade to drop right. But the thing is it's supposed to open by rolling the blade with, your thumb, but you can't do that, which is a shame. I was really looking forward to this. I already talked a little bit about it in an extended video on Hawkbills, but now I'm going to have to return the item. I got a hold of the company I bought it from. I bought it on eBay, from a company on eBay at least, and I contacted them and said, hey, the knife doesn't function properly. And they sent back a note that basically said if the package was open, then they were only going to do a partial refund. And it's like, well, wait a minute. How can I? That's not fair. I mean, I didn't break it. I just got the item and it doesn't work right. And then they said, no, that's just an automatic email that you get. And they said if it's truly a problem with the knife not functioning right, then they will give me a full refund. In any case, I've gone through the process now, filled out all the paperwork on eBay to return the knife. I've got the box, and I will be returning it. And I will see if I get a full refund or if I get a partial refund. I did mention that I no longer have the packaging for it. It was clam packaged, and I tossed it out almost immediately. So I went to look in the garbage can, but it was already gone, so there's no way to bring it back, to life with the clam packaging. Not to mention, even if I had the clam packaging, I cut it out of the packaging, so the packaging was damaged, right? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if I get a full refund on it or not. I do want to try and get this knife again because I do like the idea of the knife. But it really, I need that, it needs to be able to open using the thumb hole. If it doesn't do that, then the knife is kind of goofy. I already have other Hawkbills where you push the button and you can flick it open and it has a liner lock, but I wanted one with the crossbar lock that you could also open one-handed, and you should be able to do that with a knife with a crossbar. While I don't have a Benchmade, I do have, the Ganzo, and you can definitely open that one-handed. This one is so stiff closing. Or even the Walmart. And so if the Ozark Trail, if the Walmart Special can do this correctly, you would think that Klein Tools could get it right. So I'm assuming that somewhere along the way, this knife was defective and they didn't catch it, because that blade, there is no other lock on here. The only lock is the crossbar lock, and the only way that blade opens is if you pull back on the lock, because if you look back here, you see it's getting caught. It just doesn't move, and that should be moving the crossbar out of the way, but instead it's latching into it. So the catch there is, I don't know, something is screwed up with it. It locks well, but it doesn't open well. And like I said, gotta shake it, close it, but you can't even shake it closed because the pivot is too tight. But the tight pivot is not what's keeping the blade from opening. You can see that already. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Okay, before I go on with this knife, let me explain that the company that I bought the other knife from, the other Klein Tool knife that had the crossbar lock and the funky slot on the top that was supposed to be a thumb hole, I explained my problem to them. They did give me a full refund, even though, I had to send the knife back. As soon as I sent it back, I got a full refund via eBay's protection, I think. In any case, I did not approach them to get another one of those knives. And actually what I did was I went on Amazon and started reading reviews of the other knife, the one with the crossbar lock. And about every review of that knife talked about how easy it was to open with the crossbar lock, which was nice. But several of them also pointed out that they had that thumb hole on the top, but you could not use the thumb hole, in spite of the fact that according to the description on the Klein Tool website, that was a thumb hole used for one-hand opening. Mine did not work, and apparently it didn't work for a whole lot of other people. So I think the description from Klein Tools is either misleading or incorrect. It just did not work, especially the way you would expect a knife to work with a crossbar lock, that you can just put your thumb in there and open it and it will lock in place. The lock does not stop the blade from opening. Now this is the flick blade. This is the Klein Tool flick blade, and it operates closer to the way the Milwaukee Fastback does, in that the button here locks the blade, both opened and closed. In this case, it just locks it closed. You press this, and then the blade will open. You can either open it two-handed, or you can actually, press the button and flick it open. At least you can do that if you're not behind the camera, because it does take quite a bit of wrist action to flick it open, but it will work. The same is true with this Klein Tools flick blade. See, it is locked. However, if you press the button, the blade will flick open, and it'll flick open via, a good flick of the wrist. I can't do it behind the camera, but it does work. And when it goes all the way open, it is locked. Now, unlike the Milwaukee Fastback, which uses the liner lock, you have to press the liner lock to close it. This one, not the case. You can just press the button again and the blade will close. So you can open and close the blade with just using the button. Now, several of the descriptions I read or reviews I read online about it was the one negative to this knife was people were having difficulties depressing the button and flicking it open wearing work gloves. So if you're wearing a heavy work glove, it was very hard to get your finger to depress that button and flick it open. I did not read the same thing about the Milwaukee Fastback. This button does protrude a little bit more, and to me that meant that, and it's also an easier button to depress, to me that meant that it was more likely to accidentally get pressed in your pocket and slightly come open or something like that. I don't know if it would happen or not. If you notice, both of these also have a one position, well, no, this one is two position. This one is one position. You can only use the clip in one place. This one is two position, up or down. You can see that the wire clip can be used in either location. So in many ways, I kind of like the Milwaukee a little bit better, even though it does use the liner lock. This one you can flick both ways, open and closed. And the reason that's happening is the way this lock works. Let me pause just a second. Okay, I was trying to bring in a little more light, and you can see there the way the pivot is set up. That is what is locking. See all the lines there? That is going to come around and it's going to lock on the lock bar back here. And the other side has a very similar pivot. You press down here and the lock will give away a little bit, you see there, and then there's the bar, and it will locks onto there. Let's flick around to the other side, see if I can get in there and show you. See the bar, the light here. Try and get you adjusted just right. There we go. Can you see the bar moving there? See how it's depressing on the opposite side, and it will come down, and once you get it past a certain point, it will lock. Watch. Press down, it will come around. You can see that where the pivot will go into that spot right there, and when it comes all the way around, it's going to pop the button up, and now it is locked. It will not open or close. This one is a little bit different. You got the lock on the top there. You do not have the lock on the bottom. See there? Lock for the top. So you push the button, it spins around. It's going to lock on the bar here. You can actually see the bar, and it locks. This does nothing at that point, because the liner lock is what's holding it in place. Both of these are ingenious the way they're working. I like these a little bit better than the crossbar. And so both of these will probably be ones that I will be using in the near future, for whenever I'm using a Hawkbill, because I think they're a much better choice than the old-fashioned one, which I'm talking about right here. Nothing wrong with this one, but if you want something that you can open one-handed, either one of these will work a little bit better for the folks who are really, need something one-handed. They're also a little slimmer in the pocket, and they also have that ergonomic design in the handle with the way it sits, so it feels very comfortable in the handle to use. Gripping this feels even more comfortable than this. You got a lot more hand to grip onto and everything else. Same with this one. It's just a little bit longer, a little bit more comfortable. I will probably remove the pocket clip on this one. I don't like the location of it anyway, and not a big fan of pocket clips anyway. This one I might reverse and have it so it can be tip-up carry. But either way, both of these are pretty good, and they'll both work one-handed. So if you're looking for a modern Hawkbill, for actual use, throw in your work bag or something, I would recommend either one of these two. If you're still set on a traditional one, Klein Tool still makes this one, so it's a pretty cool one too. In any case, there's my follow-up on that other one that had the crossbar lock, the Axis lock. I would not recommend that one if you're actually thinking that you can use the what looked like a thumb hole for actually rolling it open. These also do not work, but they will work if the blade is tight and you're pressing the button. This button locks the blade both open and closed. This one locks the blade open and closed as well. This one locks the blade closed. What holds it open is a liner lock. Anyway, with that said, I will let you go and talk to you again soon.
Let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with Tobias. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.